Good evening. Happy Sunday night, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I am here with my amazing co-host, Mr. Johnny Crypto. How are you doing tonight, Johnny?
I am doing great, Jenna. Thank you for asking. And good evening to all the cryptomaniacs out there, Jenna, who show up all the time. I'm excited for tonight.
Yes. Okay, guys. So the XRPL AMM new amendment. You have probably been hearing all about this unless you have been like underneath of a rug. But if you have been, it's totally fine. We're going to fill you in. There is now an amendment to fix the bug that was going on with the AMM. So we're going to talk about all the powers of the AMM, guys. So also, Larry Fink is super bullish on the tokenization of assets, and Kathy Wood's wild Bitcoin predictions. But before we get into all of that, I am going to bring up the markets and we're going to take a look and see exactly what's going on right now. And guys, I'm pretty excited because everything looks to be like it's finally recovering a little bit. Oh, sorry, I had on Filecoin. Look at that, 888. I feel like those are some angel numbers. I'm going to have to go look up. I love when I see triple numbers. If I see a 777, I double down in my trade. I don't care what it is. I know it sounds crazy. That's just what I do. Doesn't mean you do it. And guys, just a reminder, everything you hear is not financial advice. Please always do your own research. Okay, so Bitcoin is sitting at $66,700. Ooh, and that's good. That's good, guys. It looks like it's recovering a little bit from where we were a few days ago. Fear and greed index, we're seeing 80. We're still greedy. Why is that? Because we are in a bull run. Ethereum sitting at $3,400. BNB 566. Solana is working its way back up to $200. And guys, you know what happens when Solana pumps? Well, then you need to also be keeping your eyes on Radium. Radium will also move with Solana. I caught an awesome little trade today. It pumped up to $2.30. Quite an awesome trade. And you'll see here exactly what I saw. I saw it break its trend. Boom, went up. Awesome gains. So keep your eyes on that. When Solana's moving, Radium's going to move too. And same thing with like AVAX. When you see AVAX pumping, Joe is going to pump with it, which is one of its dexes, etc. Keep your eyes on TON, Ton Coin. Why? Because memes are coming to Ton. That is going to bring a lot of volume. It's already at $5, 31% in 7 days. Is no joke. Okay, so we're seeing some of our memes are just chugging along. They're not like pumping like they were. So are we going to see a move towards utility tokens now? Maybe. We shall see. Matic sitting at $1. That's still a deal for me. Near working its way back up. ICP, holy moly, we're at $15.44. I jumped out of that trade a little too early. Kind of kicking myself in the butt for that one, but that's okay. Some gains are better than no gains. That is what I say. Okay, I want to a token that I've been talking about, and I just want to pull it up. Guys, Arrow is no joke. It's already almost $1. It is going nuts. I've been talking about this one. This is a DEX on base, and Coinbase Ventures backs it. It has no chill. It has zero chill. I think it's going to keep on going. Arrow just might buy me a house this year. Fingers crossed, but I really, really like this one. Johnny, is there anything in particular that you're looking up or that you think we should pull up a chart on?
You know, Jenna, my plays, you know me, I'm into gaming and AI, but my favorite category is RWA, baby, real world assets tokenizations. And so I've got my eyes on those. We can hop into some of those later, or we can hop into them right now. But for me, that's kind of where I'm looking at, Jenna.
Sure.
And so you can look up Ondo. That's one of my favorite plays, ONDO. And we can take a look and see.
Ondo. Tell me
Yes,
about Ondo, Johnny. What is
this is
Ondo?
it's one of my favorites. So this is a real world asset play, if you will, and they work on. If you scroll down, I think they'll even have a description, that little description of what they do, but primarily helps to handle the tokenization, if you will, of real world assets. So this is the DAO portion of it. And the founders, the creators of this here, get this, Jenna. They worked at Goldman Sachs. They got connections, and they do all the tokenization. They got partnerships with BlackRock. So I encourage everybody to go do some research into this one. This one is one of those ones that I really, really like for a long term play, because I believe that Larry kind of lit the match the other day and kicked off the whole real world assets play when he talked about tens and twenties of trillions of dollars coming in and tokenizing everything. So for me, that's a very, very exciting area, and I encourage everybody to. That's where you're going to see the next big narrative around. I think, Jenna, it's going to be RWA, real world asset plays.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. And we're going to pull up some of those articles later. Hey guys, just want to give a shout out to everybody who's tuning in on live. Good evening. Hello, Ghost Samurai. What's up? Bobby's in the house. JB Heavy Equipment. Woofy. RWAs are going to pop. Chili Rainbow. What's up? What do you think about shrapnel on AVAX? I'm not familiar with shrapnel. That's something that I need to check out. I don't know
I
anything about
I
it.
like shrapnel, Jenna. That is a really, really good play. I'm actually invested in. I have some shrapnel, again, because I love the gaming plays, and that's more of a single game play. Really, really cool graphics. So that one is, I know a lot of players are looking at into, and so again, an early play, but it's a little lower on the list of market cap compared to some of the other gaming plays. A little bit more high risk because it's more of its own game rather than a gaming launch pad, if you will. But still, a lot of buzz about shrapnel out there. It won't surprise me if we see that thing popping, once the gaming coins catch fire in the gaming bull run.
Oh, looks like I have something to do my research on. I love it. Okay, so moving into, I want to update you guys. PZ is moving to base. So if you got into PZ with me, I did, you're getting a 1-to-1 airdrop of that same token on base, which I agree with this because I'm not an ETH fan and I think the fees absolutely suck, but I'm excited to see how this meme will do on base. So definitely interesting. I mean, base is growing, the volume is insane. So we shall see. Big bags and still packing Shrap and Star Atlas. You don't hear about Star Atlas anymore. So I guess they're still building, right? I mean, I have some Atlas somewhere on a Radium wallet, but I forgot all about them, to be honest. All right. Into the liquidations. Who's out there getting liquidated? It's not me because I was long Bitcoin today. I felt like we found a bottom right after that. We dumped a little bit earlier, around like 1 o'clock. I jumped in and went long. So some shorts getting liquidated. Guys, be careful out there with that high leverage. And okay, so Johnny, I am going to throw it to you. Do you have up your articles? Are you with me? Are you muted? Johnny, are you muted?
Oh, yes, I was muted. Sorry, Jenna. I have one of them up, but you know what, Jenna? Before I go into the article, I'm going to actually play a short video of the preface to the article. So let me just pull that up, and while I get that going, let me know if you can hear it. I want to talk about. So obviously, we know that Larry Fink has been in the news. Larry Fink has done a major, what I call WWE heel turn, right, Jenna? We remember Larry was completely, had no use for Bitcoin or crypto
Right.
over the past 4 or 5 years. And all of a sudden, within the past year and a half, he's been carrying that flag, carrying that baton. He is our new front runner in the Bitcoin space. And so I'm going to start us off with this video. Let me just share my
Watch what
screen.
they do, not what they say. While he was saying that, he was packing his own bags.
Yes, he absolutely was. No question about it. But I'm going to play this short video for you guys. Let me see if I can make this a little larger. Oops, nope, that didn't work. Never mind. Jenna, let me know if you can hear the audio on this one.
Okay. Turn it up.
Let's see. Let's see if I can turn that volume up a little loud. Jenna, let me know.
Yeah,
Let me know if this is. Let me know if this is better.
I don't hear anything.
Still can't hear it. That's weird. Okay, let's try it one more time. Let's stop sharing. I don't know. Sometimes lately they've been. It's weird that the audio doesn't come through. Let me just play it one more. Let me see. Here, share screen.
We need an AV guy. You guys know one? Send them our way.
Yeah, it says. Okay, so let's see here. Let's try this, Jenna, and see if you can hear the audio now.
Okay.
Should be able to. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you can
I,
hear.
we believe the next step going forward will be the tokenization of financial assets. And that means every stock, every bond will have its own, basically, CUSIP. It'll be on one general ledger. Every investor, you and I, will have our own number, our own identification. We could rid ourselves of all issues around illicit activities around bonds and stocks and digital by having a tokenization. But the most importantly thing, we can customize strategies through tokenization that is, it fits every individual. We would have instantaneous settlement. Think about all the costs of settling bonds and stocks.
So I'll play it there. I did 40 seconds.
So there you go, Jenna. You heard it right from the horse's mouth. We are headed to a world of digitization. Larry just gave you an example. He just showed you the blueprint of what's coming. So my question to you is, what are you going to do about it? Are you excited to know where we're headed? Are you, what do you think? Larry's excited.
It's weird, Johnny. It's like I feel like we've been here so long we're late. But it shows you how early we really are because he is just you know what I mean, just sharing this and putting it out there with the world and how far we still have to go. I think it's just that I've been in this space for so long that I just feel like I don't know. I feel like is this stuff ever gonna happen? Like we're so early, we're late, but no, this is so bullish. And I think what the article that I was reading, he was projecting $10 trillion tokenization play is what I pulled up. That's crazy.
Yes, he's talking about a major market. You're already starting to see ever since he mentioned this, the RWA coins are going wild. They're all starting to pump. And so actually what I wanted to do was there's a cool article I found out there, Jenna, that talked about the top 10 coins out there in the real world asset play. So I figured maybe we can pick that. Yes, I figured we can bring them up and we'll go through them one by one, share them with our audience. And I haven't had a chance to research them all, but I thought it'd be pretty cool for us to just go through them. Some of them you're going to recognize, some of you're not. But let's talk about them. Let's talk about them, and maybe give some people some homework to do. So if you want to get into this play, like you said, here's the thing I'll say. They've already started to heat up a little bit. I never like to buy when we're in the middle of the narrative. It's a bad time to buy because everything's pumping. But, you keep an eye on these things. There'll be some pullback. And I think at some point in time, because I believe that when you look at where we're headed real world, everyone's like, what's going to be real with utility? What's going to stick around? Well, these kinds of things, to me, are the ones that are going to be here in the future that provide real value, real utility. And man, you've got BlackRock sinking their teeth in this and going in that space. So for me, that's just another key indicator to say, yes, we're early, but when you're early, you have to place bets. And you need to make sure that when you're placing a bet, that you're placing a bet that you think is going to, on a couple of horses that are going to win. We know all the horses can't win the race.
Right.
But I want to be in a space with a horse that's a sexy looking horse, ready to run this bad boy, who's got some, good muscles on him or her and ready to run, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking at here is what are some of these horses that we want to make sure we put in our stable, understanding that not all of them are going to win.
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean, I like to bet on the horse that is least likely to win it as well. I like to take a small bet on that horse. Yeah, definitely. Cool.
I love the underdog. Who doesn't like a long shot? Who doesn't like a long shot horse? Right? Some of those too.
The little scrawny one.
That's right. That's right. So with that said, I will pull up. Let's see. Let me just pop in here. And so this article was by, let's see here, name top 10 best real world asset RWA coins by Dave Emmett. So again, it's posted about 4 days ago. You guys can go through it. But number one, no surprise, there it is, Ondo Finance, the one I was telling you about. Decentralized platform facilitating the tokenization of real-world assets on the blockchain, allows users to securely tokenize various assets. And this is my favorite one, including, Jenna, real estate. Because I think that is going to be a massive area as people want to, landlords and companies are going to start tokenizing. Think about this, Jenna. You go to buy a house today, right now. You can't buy them. I talked to so many people trying to buy houses, and there's so much cash money offers coming out there and buying them all up. And, there's a lot of talk that you got the Amazons of the world and BlackRocks of the world buying up a lot of these housing assets. Well, think about it. Here's an idea. This is just pure speculation. Could it be possible that BlackRock's buying all the real estate because they're going to tokenize it and then sell it? Think about that. Right? So, again, speculation, but I don't know. Connect the dots. But anyway, Ondo, definitely one out there to take a look at. And the thing I love about them is the fact that for full disclosure, Jenna, I have this one. I like it because the reality is I like the leadership team. I like the connections the leadership team has. I tell you guys all the time, right? What do I say? Even got it written down on paper. See that? It's not what you know, it's who you know. And those connections can matter in time. And so love Ondo, love where they're going. That's something. That's a great question here. Is it too late for Ondo? As I said earlier, if you asked me in 1997, were we too late in buying Amazon? What's the answer?
You have said yeah. Because you're selling.
If you were buying 1997 Amazon, even at $125, you look where we are 20 years later, would you have been too late? I mean, depends on your strategy. If you're going to buy and hold for the long term, you would have made a killing on Amazon. So the question is, you got to look at it and just say, hey, is it something that I believe that we're in the very beginning, and that when real world utility comes in, this is going to go higher? If you're talking $16 trillion of tokenization assets and Ondo gets a little piece of that, well, that's going to be a lot bigger than where Ondo is today. So, everybody has to do their own and decide for themselves whether it's too early or not. I don't like buying into a major pump, so I would let it cool.
Right. Like, I'm looking at the chart right now for Ondo.
Yeah, you want to share it?
Yeah, absolutely. Hang on. Because I was literally looking at that when he asked that question, which is a great question. It's like, you want to keep your eye on something, but you want to find the right entry. And for me, like, if you can come down, you can even see on your stochastic RSI where it's at. And I also use the Prime Oscillator Pro indicator from Chart Prime, but these little orange lines up here, that's signaling overbought. Now, in a bull run, does that necessarily matter? No, but I see that there's a reversal starting on the RSI for the 4 hours. That tells me that's going to come down. And so when I check on it, it's still way overbought on the other time frames, even on the smaller time frames, but it's still kind of bullish. So I would just wait for a better entry if you're going to get into it, and maybe set some alerts, right? Just to see.
What are some of those better entries? What's that long level of support there? Around 60 cents, looks like, or that's a 1 hour. What is it? We're in the 2 hour.
Yeah, like I would even be hoping like they would even come down to like 66 cents again. I would be hopeful for that.
There you go.
I don't think it's out of question at all. So
I think the key answer here, the key to this question is, like, for me, when I like something, to be honest with you, Jenna, I just
DCA in.
I DCA.
Exactly.
So if anybody doesn't know what that means dollar cost average. That means you can. Oops, I'm going to sneeze a little. That means basically you go in a little bit. Let's say you want to invest. I'll just make this up. Let's just say, hey, I'm just going to buy $1,000 worth of Ondo. You may say, okay, you know what? Let me put $200 in now, and then let me wait, and then maybe a week from now I put another 200. Oh, let's sneeze again. Hold on.
Jeez, Johnny, bless you. Yeah, I'd wait a little, honestly.
So that's how I look at it, Jenna, is DCAing in could be one way to kind of hop into the space. If it's an area that you want to play in and it's a little overbought or a little hot, you don't have to. I would not hop all in, but maybe get a little bit of a bag now and then kind of wait, and as it pulls down, you try to hop in a little more.
I mean, and you could. exactly it. You're not going to wreck yourself if you put in 25%, maybe 25, or just whatever. You don't have to put it all in at once. But what is I want to pull up here the current market cap. Okay. So for me too, I try to limit my exposure to anything that's already $1 billion or over anymore right now. That's just me personally. I already have a couple of blue chips, and I don't want to hold all of them and too many. So obviously this could go up to, if we're dealing with real world assets, this could be multi-billion-dollar token. But
Correct.
for me, if this was like $100 million, I'd be all over it.
Yeah.
But another $1 billion one, I'm like,
we missed the boat on that one. But you know what? If we're sitting at $1 billion and it pulls back to 50 cents, that'll put it somewhere in the $500 million range or whatever, somewhere in that zone. It might be a little or less, maybe under $1 billion.
I mean, but it's
and
ripping.
then longer,
it could go parabolic.
I mean, it can. I mean, it's hard to say, hard to say. But with partnerships with BlackRock and Goldman Sachs and a few other important players in the space, that always has some help there. I think they're also partners with. They've got people from Goldman Sachs, Bridgewater, Millennium, partner with Maker. So they, there's some stuff. There's definitely a lot of experience in there. From there to me is an area that is definitely worth doing some more homework and seeing if it's something that that is a long-term investment play for you,
right?
Or for anybody for that matter. So the next one up on the list is Chainlink. I don't think we need to spend a lot of time on that one. Everybody kind of knows what Link does. I mean, Link is kind of Jenna, while I'm doing these, maybe you could look on your chart there and see what is the market cap of Link these days. I know it's into the billions.
Let me pull it up. Yeah, I know it's one of the top, number 14, and the market cap is 10 billion.
10 billion. So Link, but now I ain't gonna lie. Link I like for other reasons. I've always loved Link for the main reason of its interoperability play, just like Quant. So Link's also got the CCPI, the connection with Swift. So Link is one of my absolute favorite horses. I go out there in the stable and I even take the brush and brush that horse. I love my Link horse. Link horse is definitely I got that. That horse is out there eating well. That horse, I think, is going to be in this race and going to be one of the winners in the long run.
What do you, if you don't mind me asking, because hey, you're wearing that Merlin shirt. When are you taking profits on Link, or at least one of your first targets to take profit on Link this cycle?
Jenna, digging into the exit plan.
Listen, I want to know. I'm picking your brain, Johnny.
I like it. I like it. Yes, I think what, Jenna. Before we talk about that, we should be talking about making sure everybody has an exit plan. And you're right. I use Merlin to be able to create my exit strategies, so I know when my coins are going up and get that alert. Getting that alert to know when to sell is really, really exciting. But for me, my first point in Link is pretty high up there, Jenna, because this is one of those plays that I want to hang on to for quite some time. So I am looking long term on this one, and I think it's somewhere. I can tell you it's somewhere in the 200 ranges, 150.
What?
Yeah, I believe this one's going up there. I think we're going to see Link has a lot of I think momentum and real world utility behind it that I don't want to be selling out too early on this one. So it is up there. It is up there, but I'm not worried about this one. I'm okay if I don't hit out and sell on this one. Now, don't get me wrong. If I see it hitting in the 120s, 150 ranges, and it looks like it's running out of steam, and we're near the end of the bull run, then I may pull the trigger a little early. But yeah, I'm very, very bullish on Link in the long run.
Oh, is this true? Whiskey Reaper in the house. What's up, homie? He says Chainlink will be used for Amazon stores worldwide.
I know I did hear about something a while back on that. I don't know, or I'm not able to confirm that myself on that particular one. But I did remember hearing something of a partnership with them a while back. But then again, there's a lot of companies that make partnerships with Amazon. And what they do, Jenna, is they actually buy that partnership. So you have to be careful to know whether or not By the way, guys, if you saw that, click on Jenna's link below. You can sign up for a free 1-month trial of Merlin, where you get to track all your coins in one place, be able to see what's going on, set those vital alerts. I've already hit several alerts and sold Jenna. Taking profits is awesome because then I'm able to reinvest those, and I reinvest them right now. It's been great because if you understand the rotations, you can take out some profits and then roll those into some of the other sectors.
Great. And let's talk about this. And Merlin helps with that because listen, a lot of people are scared to take profits because of course they don't want to take them too early. But if you take a little bit, it's always good to pay yourself. You cannot go broke taking profits. Obviously, we're not here to give you financial advice, but to be smart about your investments, guys. We are in crypto to make money, to better our lives, and taking profits can help you do that. And don't feel like, oh, I have to jump right back in a trade or be in a trade all the time, because that's an addiction. So definitely take your profits, stick to your plan, wait for your price to come back to, where you might want to re-enter at. And if you're not comfortable with that, hodl, obviously, but definitely important to follow the plan that you've created, because if you stick to that and your targets are hit, you're going to be happy. You're going to come away with what you planned or close to it, and you're not going to be disappointed. Remember, you can have some of the profits. You might not have all of them, but you can have some of them. Oh, Johnny's got something up for us. Johnny disappeared, but
did my camera poop out on me?
Yeah, but you
it crapped out on me. All right, well that's all right, Jenna. I will. Let's see.
You put something up here that looks like Merlin. Like I can see it. I can see it down below.
Okay, let's see if it is right here.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there you go, Jenna. So as you were talking about here, you can kind of see that you're able to track all your coins, and you can upload all your coins into one place. So they're all right here, and it kind of gives you an idea of what's happening. So you can kind of know exactly what your portfolio is doing, your total gains and losses. What's really cool is my favorite is this column right here. I get to see Merlin automatically defaults to the coins that are my highest daily gainers. So I can wake up and I can look at this page at any time during the day, and I can see what's pumping, what it's doing, what my actual gains are, because Merlin knows my average cost. And I can see what I paid, I can see what the total value is, and then and I can see what my profit is. Now again, this is a fake account, but this is just to give an example to show you that you can it's sortable too. So I can flip it the other way and see what my biggest losers are for the day. And I could do it for my total gains since inception. So from the time I bought it to the time, for as long as I've owned it, you can actually see what your total gain and losses on each coin. And then, of course, the best part is the exit plan. If I've got an exit created, I can just click on the coin, and people can see their exit plan. Here's an exit plan I created, just to give an example, and you'll see my 3 targets. You can see that I've set a 60-40 plan, and I'm selling a certain amount of coins, and Merlin's going to send you alerts. So, guys, if you want to be able to know what's going on with your portfolio and not kind of guess at what's happening out there, click on the link below on Jenna's link. Sign up for Merlin. It's a free 30-day trial. Yes, you got to put your credit card in. As always, in anything, it'll automatically default if you want to continue. But here's the best part. In Merlin, if you don't want to continue, you can just go to the settings. You can click on the plan page.
Simple.
That simple right there, and just cancel. We've made it very, very simple so people can try it out. So with that said, there's no excuse. It's risk-free. Hopefully people try it out, and we'll see if they like it.
Exactly. Hey, so Todd, yes, by the way, Jenna, long time no Tectum talk. Thanks for suggesting it at $10, still bullish. I just showed you the token. I just said do your research. If you got it, that's awesome. Super happy for you. It had a really, really nice retracement, and I can actually pull this up for you and just show you what I'm looking at, but I like Tectum. I'm still very bullish on Tectum, and my next target for Tectum is about $60. And the stochastic RSI did just reset on the daily. The VWAP on my market cipher is about to flip and go positive on the daily as well for Tectum. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it has a lot of potential to do some damage this cycle. So yeah, if I was in it still holding it, I think I'm glad you mentioned that, because I'm going to hop in a trade. So I'm glad you brought that back up. I can't watch them all the time, but you just gave me a trade. So thank you for reminding me, my friend. Oh, Johnny, where'd you go? You left me.
No, I'm still here. My audio, unfortunately, is my video camera crapped out. So I guess I'm gonna have to. I guess I'm gonna have to just stick here and continue to. You'll have to just. I guess it's gonna be the avatar today.
Were there any other ones on your real world assets that you wanted that we
Yes.
need to know?
Let's pull that back up, Jenna.
Yeah.
Good question. Let's go there.
That's
All
what I
right.
like
So
to
next
do.
up on the list is MakerDAO. Again, more. That one's a very popular one. It's been out for a long time. The Maker. So that one there is more of a DAO, but again, it'll also have the ability with its decentralized governance model infrastructure. It'll offer it as a platform for tokenization of real-world assets on the blockchain. So Maker, but I know that thing's way up there in price, and I don't know the actual market cap on that one, Jen. I don't know if you have that in front of you.
On MakerDAO?
Yeah.
I will absolutely look and see. Okay, so $3,127 right now. The market cap on that is 2.8 billion.
2.8. Okay, yeah. So it's up there. It's up there. Synthetics is the next one on the list.
Is that
one,
SNX?
SNX. That one's been beat up
for a minute.
Yes, you and me both. That thing's been beat up for a while, so there's definitely some potential there for that one.
I think I got that one in like 2020 or 2021. Forgot all about it. Honestly, it's sitting on a hardware wallet somewhere.
You and me both. And this thing was back then. I remember. I hate to say this, but I had bought that thing around like $20. It was way up there, and now it's been beaten up, and I think it's sitting in somewhere in the $2 to $3 range. But again, another one that's on the list for real world tokenization capabilities. Ribbon Finance is another one that's on there for its ability to be able to tie in to real world market assets, and so is Pendle. So Pendle has been the one that I've been seeing that's been pumping. Yeah, check Pendle. I know that there's been some that thing has been pumping as well.
All right, let me pull it up. Yeah, no, Pendle has been ripping. It was so funny because Joe was like, "Oh, this pump's so crazy," and he hopped in a short. This was like a long time ago. It took forever for him to get out of it. We were in that for a minute, but Pendle, like when this baby pumps, it pumps.
Yeah, this
Oh
thing.
man, we just got another strong buy signal on it.
Look
On
at
the
that.
daily. Look at, okay, so it had a bullish divvy, and when this baby has bullish divvies, it pumps really, really hard. So momentum wave is strong. The money flow is positive. So definitely, I would keep an eye on Pendle. If you're in Pendle, yeah, I mean, it's a good play right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Check out the 4 hour. Yeah, it's super bullish.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Next one up on the list is, let me go back to the list here, is Ori. And that is a decentralized, another Oracle platform that also has real world capabilities. Let me see here if I can, there we go, put it back in there. So that's number 7 on the list. Number 8 is
oh my God. I looked at that real quick and I thought it said oral. And I was
like, it does. I thought the same thing when I first saw it as well. I definitely would have chosen a different name if I was them for sure. Next up is Centrifuge. That one is a decentralized platform that enables tokenization of real world assets. This one, another disclosure. So I own this one as well, CFG. That's another one. Again, I like the plays that that allow you to be able to, transform a lot of these real world assets into tokenization. There's got to be a play, right? There has to be that conversion to be able to take things and turn them from real world assets to tokenization assets. And that's what Centrifuge does. They've got an NFC and a website and their NFTs. Through their non-tokenable, through their non-NFTs, you can be able to turn those assets into tokens and tokenize everything. So I really like this one. That's another one of my favorite plays. And Jenna, check the what is the market cap on CFG now? Have they? I'm wondering if I think they've doubled or tripled since I had initially invested in them, but I still think there's way more upside on
Oh,
the.
nice. This
whoops.
one's on 483 million.
There you go.
Yeah, I like that. It's number 161 on CoinMarketCap.
Okay.
I like that.
Yep. So I like this one a lot. To me, that's another one. It's hard to invest in all of these, but if you can put a little bit into some of these horses, you never know. These other two, I don't know much about. I haven't really had a chance to go deep into them, but Credit Coin was another one on the list, which is a decentralized credit protocol enabling users to tokenize and trade their credit assets, including loans, bonds, and debt instruments, which I think will also be massive. People will start tokenizing their debt and selling it to other people. So again, all these things it's kind of like Larry talked about, right? Everything's going to get tokenized, and then once it's tokenized, as you know, you can do many things with them. Sell them here, parse them off, and do different things with them. So that is Credit Coin. That's an interesting one. What is the price and market cap of Credit Coin, Jenna? How's that thing looking like?
What's the ticker on that?
You know what? I'm not even sure. I have to go.
I've never even heard of this one.
Yeah, type in Credit Coin. See if that is the ticker symbol.
CT. Well, there's two Credit Coins. See if this looks like its logo. Does 88 cents sound right? Credit Coin at 283 million.
Let's see
dollar
here.
Market cap.
Does the logo look like that, Jenna? Like a C with a that's the logo
thing in
there.
it.
Yeah.
With a C with a thing.
CTC. It's CTC.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, cool. Yeah. So okay, $283 million market cap. Here's what I'm wondering, Johnny. Okay, so hear me out with this. Other than like a couple of the blue chips, with these smaller market cap, if I was buying them, let's say like Credit Coin, and it moons on me, I would only leave myself. I would pay myself. I would take profits and probably only leave myself, if I did leave myself any, like 25%. Because here's my thing. Unless these have regulatory clarity, I question them and how long they will be around, etc. And I will never marry tokens again. So I'm going to hit it and quit it with a lot of altcoins. I really am.
Yeah, I mean, I think I hit it and quit it. I kind of like that. That's good. At the end of the day, you don't want to marry any of these coins. You never ever want to get married to any of this stuff, because
I believe in a moon bag, like leaving a moon bag. Like if you have made money on it, you've paid yourself and everything, and you want to leave a little bit in there to see where it goes. I totally believe in that. But riding it up and down, no, like it's like a wham bam, thank you, ma'am, for me. That's just my play.
Yeah, and I think you kind of nailed on, I hate to beat a dead horse here, but you literally just nailed on why you want to have an exit plan. You literally just talked about that's exactly why, having an exit plan is a smart move, because you're not, look at this guy now, you're not mirroring your coins. That's the beautiful thing of an exit plan, is you're exiting out.
Exactly.
Right. And you're taking profits on the way up, but at the same time, you're keeping a little small moon bag. Because listen, none of us know, Jenna, where these coins are going to go.
Exactly.
None of us know how high they can go. And the last thing you want to do is be sitting here and regretting, like me. You don't want to be me. I did this in 1997. I sold 100% of my Amazon. If I hadn't done that and I held a 30% bag, I'd be a I tell the story all the time, be a multi-millionaire. Yeah. But I'm an idiot because I didn't have an exit plan. So I am not making that mistake again. And the benefit for everybody who's listening right now, if you're smart, you get to click on the link below, Jenna's link, sign up, get it. And you don't have to make my mistake. Don't do what I did and hold, and sell everything. And then later on, now I'm regretting 20 years. Now, don't get me wrong. It took 20 years, Jenna. But had I held up through that period, I probably would have sold along the way some more.
Exactly. And that's why, guys, like I know we've been saying this until we're blue in the face and whatnot, but it's because like there's people that are tuning in that are new to this, you know what I mean? And I didn't have anybody to hold my hand and guide me through when I was new to crypto and to tell me it's okay to pay myself. It's not up only, up forever. It will make you depressed mentally if you ride something up and ride it all the way back down because you think it's just going to keep going up. And I did that. I made that mistake with XRP and a couple other tokens. So that's why now, even if I take profit a little too early on something, that's okay. I'm happy. I paid myself, but I'm always looking for something. But you have to come up with what's right for you. And we're going to move on from that topic, but it's just like you don't know who's out there and who needs to hear that. So I just want you guys to make the most of your crypto experience and not, get screwed like I have, like Johnny has.
Yeah, exactly, guys. So the benefit you have, like Jenna said, don't make our mistakes. You have the benefit of learning, so you don't make the same mistakes we do. The last one on the list is Chromia, another blockchain platform that enables the tokenization of real-world assets through decentralized apps. So you guys can check this one out too, and do your homework, do your research, and see if this is another one that you want to play in, Jenna. But that's my
Johnny,
list.
I think you have enough tokens to make your own exchange.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely have all, it's so funny because before I had Merlin, I didn't realize how many tokens I had, Jenna. And when I put them in Merlin's like, oh, you have 200 coins. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of them
I can think of one that I'll name and Johnny's like, oh yeah, I got that. And I'm always like, what the like how do you have this many? Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm a degen hodler, I guess, and I've been buying in since 2020. And I kind of took, Andrew Cashflow's approach. Like, put $200 to $500 and see how it goes. So whenever, I've been kind of investing in this space, DCAing, of course. And I had the benefit of a 4-year bear market to buy this past 4 years when I didn't really, sell everything when we had the highs. So with that being said, yeah, I've had a chance to accumulate. My strategy, Jenna, is to have investment in many different sectors of the crypto space. So I'm in, I like the gaming sector. I like the smart contract sector. I like, everybody knows me knows I love the AI and the real world asset sector. And so gaming is my favorite, of course. But so those, I wanted to make sure I've got exposure to all those. But I also want to be in a lot of those other asset sectors out there. And so what's cool is if you go on CoinMarketCap, you can actually look at the categories. Hey, what's up, Cal? You can look at the categories, Jenna, and you can go through those and see which categories you want to play in. Click on the category and you'll get a list of coins,
Yeah.
And so that's what I encourage everybody to do. Check it out. And you can go and say, hey, I want to, if your strategy just have a little exposure in these different sectors, you can go there and see which ones are the high market cap ones, which ones are the low ones. Do your research, see which ones have partnerships that with the big boys. Like I love ones that I see where there's partnerships with a BlackRock or Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan, or you see relationships with Animoca Games or Andreessen, Horowitz, and you're looking for these big money players where they're investing. My strategy is to do what they do, not what they say.
I know. I watch the rich people. I'll go through like Arrington Capital and I'm like, what all have you invested in? How many of these can I hold? Like, I know. I'll do the same shit, Johnny. I'm with you.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to pop over. And all of my Ripple D-Gens in the house, where are you? Where are you? Okay, so everyone was so excited about this AMM, right? It's all anybody talked about. They're like green dildos to the moon. Everything's going to happen. We're going to be rich overnight. And I made a tweet and I deleted it because I didn't want to ruin anybody's day. And I made the comment saying, XLM had launched AMMs. It did nothing for the price. Okay. And I was like, so don't expect this to happen. Now I realized I'm going to kill everyone's hopium. I don't want to be that guy. So you know what? I just stayed quiet. Okay. Well, I didn't jump into any of the AMMs because, hey, it's new, first of all. And I want to learn everything I could about it first. And also there's a thing called impermanent loss. And that is when you lose money in an AMM because the value of them is going down and everything. However, if the bugs aren't all worked out, can also be a problem with swapping funds in and out. You can lose money. Okay, so there was a bug, and now luckily not tons of money was lost, but I think it's important for all of you guys to first of all know about what's going on with the AMM situation. So here we go. RippleX released this yesterday evening. We've identified a discrepancy in a few AMM pools in which transactions are not executing as intended. Our engineering team is working to resolve the issue alongside community participants. Out of an abundance of caution, it's best to not deposit new funds into AMM pools for now, and those holding LP tokens should consider redeeming them. We'll provide updates on this thread as soon as possible. Then, later on today, RippleX then said, the issue has been identified. Awesome. And guys, bugs happen. The discrepancy affected how the DEX payment engines routes liquidity through AMM pools and order books in some complex payment path scenarios. We're reviewing the proposed fix now with the community, and it says thank you. They say thank you to everyone that helped them with this. All right, guys, no problem. Bugs happen. However, there's going to be a new proposal that needs to be voted on for the AMMs. And, this is something that why a lot of the validators didn't vote yes on it right away, because they knew that there were some kinks, there were some issues, and, everybody just thought dollar go up, price go up, let's just vote it through. And there was so much pressure on them to push through XLS 30. But hey, it's being worked through. So just take caution with the pools. Now, Enodo swap was the primary, providing the AMMs, swap and liquidity and everything like that. And so they have temporarily disabled their services right now. They respected what Ripple said. They want to do the right things. So you can't go on here right now and provide liquidity and do all of that. So just know that, hey, it's not available right now, but this is one of the DEXs where you can do that at. Okay, now let's talk about the good things about AMM. Aside from the bug and all of that, let's talk about the powers of the AMM and what it does. So our friend Mickey B. Fresh, he actually put together a really awesome article. I'm not going to read all of it. You guys can pull it up. It's on Medium and under his blog. And if you don't know Mickey B. Fresh, obviously you probably do. He is a huge XRP fan, but his content is just amazing. So shouts to Mickey B. Fresh for all you do. 12 powers of XLS 30. What is so great about AMMs? What does this mean? Well, they boost liquidity on the XRPLs, on-ledger decentralized exchange. They promote synergy with on-ledger, DEX, and payment execution engine. They introduce an economic model for the XRPL and XRP. They empower XRP owners to earn yield in non-custodial manner. I like that. Providing liquidity for ODL and Liquidity Hub. Driving storage demand for XRP. Foundation for institutional DeFi ecosystem. Bootstrapping a decentralized finance ecosystem. Harvesting volatility for yield. Groundbreaking innovations in yield generation. Vision for global public liquidity pools. And 12, spreading awareness amongst the XRP community. This was a really big step for us. I know forever we were when DeFi? So excited it's here. Kinks are getting worked out, but just stay with it and learn. Learn all you can about it, guys. That's all I have for that. Johnny, did you enter into any of the AMM pools?
No, I haven't gotten into any of the pools. I kind of, Jenna, I'm kind of, because I'm a technology guy and I understand how technology works, I never get into anything early. It's just the opposite. I don't like being an early adopter because I understand how technology works. The first version is never the good one. There's always going to be bugs. There's always going to be errors. And, I got to call it out to your man here, Bobby Barnett. He says here, you can best see this wait till after everyone else becomes a test dummies. I mean, there is some truth to that. The reality is your early adopters are the ones that are going to go through the pain and the suffering. And because I'm in technology and I know that things are never going to work right the first time, I have no interest in getting anything into stuff like that where where I know there's going to be bugs, or I know there's going to be, I'm going to let them work through it. Always wait for the second, third, fourth iterations. That's usually when they're going to work through a lot of the bugs and get it fixed. I mean, the same thing happened last year with Merlin. When we launched it, we knew there were going to be bugs. It's just normal because you can't solve for it. You can't test for all the use cases that exist when you launch something publicly, because the use cases become exponential. So you launch it, you do the best you can, you launch it, and then guess what? You're going to find a bug. And you hope for things you can fix on the spot, and it's not a big deal. And sometimes they're big bugs that take things down. And so in this case, yeah, Jenna. So to answer your question, that was the long answer to say, no, I don't get into anything early. I wait for second, third iterations before I start hopping into things like this.
Right. So this is a really unpopular opinion, but sometimes in my head I get to thinking, and I'm like, what if the XRPL is the test run?
Oh,
Like,
I mean, it's very possible. There's no question. I mean, there has to be a test drive. Has to be.
What if the whole XRPL is just one big test drive? So
yeah, very possible.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know. It's just something to think about. But yeah, no, I thought this was cool. And for me, I love day and swing trading, and it would have to be a lot for me to, put my money in and leave it there and everything like that. I don't know. For right now, I'm like, I think I'm gonna stay out of it. I'm gonna let the kinks get worked out. Then maybe I'll play with it later. I've done this before. There's not too many that I entered into. Actually, I think the last one that I did was 2 years ago. I think it was like Silo and ETH pair, and I think that's one of the last ones I've done. So, I think this is cool. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to not have the fees of Ethereum. So, definitely something to look forward to. Go ahead, Johnny.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm totally excited about this, by the way. To be able to earn some interest on your XRP is exciting to me. But it's just a matter of I'm waiting for them to work the kinks out of it, let them get all the bugs out. And then there will be, I think, a point in time where you will see a lot of, I think, long-term XRP hodlers saying, hey, I can earn money, on my XRP. And a lot of people don't want to let it go. And what better option is there than to be able to hold on to what you love and be able to earn money on it? It's a win-win, right?
Exactly. Okay, so I just want to close this out. I want to end on a very, very bullish note. Can you see this, Johnny? The article?
Yeah, Kathy Woods.
I love Kathy.
Oh my God, that is super bullish. Holy cow.
$1.5 million price target. She still thinks that this could absolutely happen, and she's thinking sooner than later. The ARK Invest CEO said the firm has been closely looking at emerging markets, and this is her her prediction. She's standing by that. She called Bitcoin a financial superhighway and emphasizes the important use cases for the cryptocurrency in emerging markets.
What does she you know what I'm interested? Does she give a time frame on when in this article, does she talk about when she thinks it can happen?
Well, I think sooner than later, because she also predicted that eventually it will rise above 3.5 million, but she won't give a date for that target. That she just thinks that mathematically speaking, Bitcoin's price could easily rise above 3.5 million one day at one point. But she says Bitcoin has miles to go. And she instead pointed out that her previous call, she stands by it, $1.5 million price target.
Yeah. Listen, I'll tell you what.
By 2030 is what I'm seeing.
Okay, there we go. Okay, that helps. So I'll be honest with you. Call me crazy, but I don't disagree with her. I actually think, that's 6 years from now.
Yeah, I think everybody should have one Bitcoin.
I do too. Even if you can get a half a Bitcoin or a tenth of a Bitcoin, I think at the end of the day that this thing is potentially going to be going, to $1 million someday. And call me crazy. That's fine. You could, and if I had sat here and told you in 1997 when Amazon was $120, if I told you it was going to 3,300, you call me nuts. You said I'm crazy. You wouldn't believe me. But yet 20 years later, it got there, right? So
Yeah.
the reality is, when you think of Bitcoin, the thing you have to think about is it's the first time in your lifetime, in mine, that there's an asset in the world that is finite. There is no other asset in the world that's finite. Not a single one.
Right.
Name anything. Throw anything out there. Fiat, nope. Silver, nope. Gold, nope.
No.
Keep drilling it. Real estate, nope. They keep building it. There are no
Nothing
finite
else.
assets in the world except Bitcoin. Sorry, guys. 21 million. That's it. And unless they vote to change it, that's all there ever will be. And therefore, with that said, when you're sitting there and looking at 21 million coins, which 19 and a half are already mined, there's only 1.5 left. After that, Jenna, or 2.5 left. After that, there's going to be the whole world chasing it. And I don't know if you saw, I just tweeted today an article out there where Larry and BlackRock are literally saying, there was a guy, it was somebody from BlackRock that came out and said, I think it was Mitchnick over there, was saying that basically there are only 2 assets that BlackRock and their people are interested in, and it's Bitcoin and Ethereum. So you can bet that the big boys are going to be pumping those bad boys up. They're going to be bringing it, introducing it to the world. And I do believe they are looking at somehow making Bitcoin. I always thought it'd be a store of value. I don't know what they got in store for it, but it wouldn't surprise me if this thing's sitting at $1 million 6 years from now. We're looking back saying, God damn it, why didn't we buy more at 60K? You know what I mean?
Exactly. And so many people look at it and think like, oh, it's too expensive to buy right now. Like, normies, normal everyday people, they're like, yeah, but it's too late to get in. Yeah, no, guys, like I thought Ethereum was too late to get in when it was $200. Like, no, it's really not. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin at once. You can DCA in, you can, hold Satoshis, but even just that little like couple $100 every week or $100 every week or whatever, even if it's $20 that you could put into it. And, I think it just makes sense for me personally. I mean, I don't want to miss this ship, right? This is once in a lifetime opportunity, guys.
Yep.
We are in the 4th industrial revolution. I mean, all of us know this who are watching and tuning in right now, which, hi, by the way, to everybody hanging out with us. We have a total of 434 people hanging out between Twitter and YouTube. So thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. But guys, this is once in a lifetime, right? To change our lives, to change our kids' lives, to be able to create generational wealth. I think later it's going to be a lot harder in crypto to be able to have these gains. And, it's harder now than it was in the beginning of crypto because there are so many more tokens, right? And it's like we're chasing which one's going to pump next, what hasn't pumped yet, what's the next narrative, and which one's going to be around, what has regulatory clarity. The game's getting a little bit harder now, but it's not impossible.
The game has changed.
Yeah.
The fun years of getting to live through these 4-year bull cycles are over. From a perspective of it's no longer in control of just the geeks and nerds like me and us. It is not our sandbox. Sorry. The big boys have confiscated it. BlackRock now owns the sandbox. They own the most Bitcoins in the world, or close to the most Bitcoin in the world. The big boys are here to play. They have seen that this thing is real, and now they're going to take it to the next level. And so I tell everybody now, expect the unexpected. Whatever you think is going to happen, it will be just the opposite, because now it's going to be like the stock market. It's not going to be predictable, because if it was predictable, they don't make it predictable. So the reality is, the good news of the reality is we're all here early. We got in before they got here. We front run it.
It's true.
Now, what we have to understand is now we're in 1997, 98, where we're now heading towards a real bust cycle. So it's going to be a major boom. And we went on a 4-year bull run from 97 to 2001. And then the internet bust happened, right? And a bunch of them went to shit. They all died out. But the ones that survived after this became the big players. And so that's what I think is going to be a similar situation that happens here, is you're basically going to have a bunch of coins. You're going to see money coming into this space, and there will be a big major bull run and then a big bust at some point in time. So hopefully everybody has extra strategy and takes profits, Jenna, or they're going to get slaughtered when that bust comes. But whatever survives At the end of that, oh baby, those are the ones that are going to be the next Amazons of the world.
Oh, I agree with you, Johnny. Okay, so we'll end on this crypto bag boy off-topic question. What are your thoughts on Web3 domains, like unstoppable domains? Will we ever get to use our .bitcoin domains? That honestly depends. So it depends on who's building it out, what they're doing. Some build their own ecosystem where you can, text each other. You can use them to build websites. You can use them for various different things. That all just depends on what the builder and provider is doing. They're not all like Ethereum name service, like ENS. Those you can actually use as like a domain if you're talking about like instead of a .com and everything. It's just one of those things of you got to go convince like Google and like all of these servers to be able to, hey, let's integrate this. And those partnerships are really hard to do. But if there is the demand for it, then yeah, absolutely. Look at ENS. So until then, I think it's just you're early to the party and it's just hodling the ones that you think have the most potential. And if you're going to get into domains, you got to lock down those like 1, 2, 3 letter domains. Those are going to have the most value and that you're going to be able to resell and everything like that. So to be early to them is definitely the way to go. But yeah, long term, I'm bullish on domains. We have to have the demand and the partnerships. Hope that answers your question.
Good answer, Jenna.
But I mean, a lot of them too, you can send person to person, like with the .flare domains. You can send I can send a domain to another domain to that wallet, or I can send you tokens. It just depends on what they've built out each provider. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But anywho, I think that's all we got. Johnny, do you want to take us out, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget, we have the 30-day free trial of Merlin. The link is down below. And I'll be here again on Tuesday morning at 10:30 a.m., giving you the daily dose of DGen. And Johnny will be back with us on next Sunday night, guys. Thank you so much. Johnny, take it away.
Yes, and guys, remember, we always like to say, Warriors rise. So until next week, we'll see you. Oh, you know what, Jenna? I'm sorry. I forgot to fire up the music.
You do the outro.
Oh, here we go. Of course, you can't see me jamming. Till next time, everybody, Warriors rise. We'll see you next week.